Welcome to the Penny Bloom Podcast. Ain't another place that has got more bombast. Romp past your mom, dad's listening to Tomcats. Talking everything that make you sad. We don't want that. We're here to make you smile. Put your mind at ease. Peace, love, and bloom, and always praise Keanu Reeves. This what we about. This some weeding now. We'll talk until we can't no more, and then we peacing out. Alright, let's go. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Penny Bloom Podcast. It is I, Colton Robertson, and today we are continuing the Mandalorian Rewatch. We are going to be doing Chapter 7 today, and since we're a little bit late, we're going to do it better than ever. We're going to do a live commentary. We're going to be watching it, talking about it as it's happening. And if you are going to join us, we want you to pull up Disney Plus. We want you to cue the little, scrubber back to 0. And when we say to press play later, it'll play. You'll watch it along as we speak. All right. And as usual, I have with me Joseph George. What's up, buddy?
Tis I, bling bling. Oh wait, yeah. What's up, Joe?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, that was a great introduction. I'm glad the people really got to know who you are there.
Thank you.
We also got Miles Buttress. How you doing?
Doing good. Sorry, my intro isn't as good as Joseph's.
I wouldn't expect it to be. Frankly, that went above all expectations I could have had ever. And to my right on the screen that I can see and you all cannot, I have Kyler Barnett. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? Yep, sorry. I'm also I'm just not bringing the heat like Joe was tonight.
I mean, Joe came strong with the heat. You can't, as I said,
came out swinging.
You can't accept that. You can't expect that from people, you know? But today we're talking The Mandalorian, Chapter 7. This is where, it's the beginning of the end of this season. The shit is ramping up to this head, and we get the first half of this finale, and I fucking love it.
It's getting real.
About to go down.
It's about to go down.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, so we've got Chapter 7, The Reckoning, directed by Deborah Cho, written by Jon Favreau. So, what do you guys say we jump right into this, huh?
Let's just do it.
All right, so I'm going to count down from 3. We're going to go 3, 2, 1, punch it, and I'm going to press play. And whenever I say punch it, I want everyone listening to press play with me. All right? You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do
3, 2, 1, punch it. All righty, so we got previously on The Mandalorian. And I like the previously is obviously always give us an insight as to what's going to be relevant in the coming episode. And we get a shot of IG-11 here, giving us a rundown through the season because we get IG's reintroduction later on, which is always exciting. Got him talking to Queel. Obviously, we get the reintroduction of Queel as well. It's a fun little sequence later. God, the visuals in this are just so pretty. Revisiting the client. Got Grief Karga. Just trying to give us a rundown as to what has happened the entire season. So as to prepare us for this fucking finale, because it all comes back together here. It really does. Shows this little Star Wars TV intro, I guess. Is this what you think? This is what they'll do for all the shows, with the little shimmering faces?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really like that too. I had just noticed that like last time I watched it, and I just couldn't get over how cool it was with the music.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. And obviously, they don't do any humans. They do all the ones with like helmets and distinctive looks.
But who knows? Maybe when Obi-Wan gets this show, throw in McGregor right there.
Oh, look at the little one sleeping.
I think they'll actually just replace all of them with Ewan McGregor in different poses.
I love that. Gets this transmission from Grief Karga, and I was skeptical, not gonna lie, of Karga's true intentions here.
It was very sus. This is true.
He doesn't seem exactly forthright with his proposal. You know, he was adamant on killing Mando if he didn't return the quarry, and now he's like, hey, I've got a deal for you. Bring the baby. I won't kill you this time, I guess.
And the hands on the hip, you know, that's already just like a little sus there, and you know, the cross of the arms is.
He's a power move, you know. He's imposing his superiority.
Yes, his body language is very. I'm gonna kill you whenever you get here.
Yeah, like how do you portray that? Like, what would he have had to have done with his body language for you to think like, he's totally being for real?
I don't think there's anything he could have done.
There isn't anything.
Well, he's speaking in a very angry tone and like immediate tone. If he was just loose and, you know, hey Mando, come on back, you know, be like, oh, okay, let's do this chill. He's for real.
And his offer ultimately has Mando killing the client, which is bold. And at this point, we think the client is kind of the big bad. We still have not been introduced to Moff Gideon,
which is awesome.
Wild, just absolutely absurd.
Introduced to the villain, I guess you could say, or the antagonist of the show until the second to last episode.
And like the very end of the second to last episode.
Yeah, it's, I guess, a power move by Disney, just to show them that no matter what they do, it's going to turn out great.
Well, I think you have to take into account how the show was released, too, for how they're going to try to handle things with the storytelling and the villain in that regard.
That's true.
Hang on a second. It's really loud for me. Sorry. But I think with how they released it, you know, coming back each week for a new episode, I think they don't want to give away too much too early, because then you got those people waiting a week, you know, and nothing to look forward to. I think if you know, spread it out and put that story at the end, you definitely create a definite following, and, you know, you get people coming back.
Absolutely. And we get this reintroduction to Cara Dune. He heads immediately to her when he says, when Grief Karga tells him he needs to come back. He's like, well, I'm going to need some backup, so let me go get the baddest bitch in the universe. She's really fucking on this guy. And do you think he's a Darth Maul? Dathomir?
It kind
looks
of
like it,
but it's
Night
kind
Brother
of different in some ways.
I think he's just like a
bigger.
Yeah, he looks like a stockier.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess can happen.
Could very well happen, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the horns are too distinct for it not to be that.
I like this style of fighting, too, the being connected by this, like, electro belt.
It's awesome.
And, like, the way you tap out is by disconnecting the belt.
Oh, awesome.
It's a kick-ass idea, and she uses it against him here. Forces him, like, yo, the only way you don't die is to disconnect this thing.
Oh.
Mud scuffers. What a fucking terminology. Never heard that before. Hey up, mud scuffers.
She's so cool. She is just so freaking cool.
I mean, she's a rebel. She's a rebel drop trooper. Like rebels are already cool as fuck, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, just, you know, little baby Yoda just waddling along.
Okay, I got a comment on this drink that we just see.
Beautiful. That's definitely the stuff they dip that guy's head in.
Oh my gosh, I hadn't even thought of that. But that, I guess they consume that. I guess that's good for them.
Yeah, I guess that's the flagon of spotchka the waitress was talking about a few episodes back. Right here, Cara Dune's talking about, alluding to her past a little bit and how she's kind of on the run. She was a rebel, right? So what does she have to run from with the New Republic?
Didn't she, like, abandon, like, didn't she, like, essentially, like, desert?
I suppose she could have. I think she did. My theory is that she wasn't in on the whole governing side of it. Like, she was like, I'm cool with the fighting and the overthrowing, but, like, now that we're here, I don't know that the New Republic... There was a lot of rebels who, once the New Republic was formed, weren't exactly cool with the New Republic's governing style, because it's like, this is exactly what led to the Empire taking over in the first place. Yeah. And I love there at the end of that last scene how Mando's like, well, he's not a local warlord, he's Imperial. And immediately Cara Dune's whole attitude about the situation was like completely on its head, flipped on its head. He was like,
fucking up some Imperials? Done deal.
I'm absolutely in. Yeah.
Look at
She
the
gets more-
sexual tension between these two. I mean,
don't
like,
think there is
it is
any sexual tension
Oh,
between
there's
Cara Dune and Mando.
100% sexual tension. I can just feel it emanating from my screen.
Oh
It's
yeah,
that.
it's there. It's
No,
there.
it's just I love Baby Yoda peeking his head through the little ceiling here. He's like, "Oh, what's up, guys?"
Oh,
they're
looking
talking
like
about-
a snack. Sorry.
And stuff like that makes me think he can understand what they're saying, because Mando was talking about how those guys are not going to stop until the child's dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of
Oh.
eavesdropping for that part, and then like as soon as that conversation was over, he kind of lifted his head up like, "Oh, I'm going to sneak right out of here."
That is interesting. I guess he's heard English
got
for
mad.
quite a while.
He got mad, and he got mad at them, and was just like, "You know what? I'm going to crash this ship.
In the middle of space. Don't know what
In
I'm
the
going to
middle of
crash
space.
into.
I'm gonna
crash
pull
into
this
something."
lever."
But
I love that
I'm gonna
kid.
fuck some shit
He
up.
was just like, you know what? They're chilling down here. I'm gonna waddle on over here, and I'm gonna play with this lever.
You know what? There's too much sexual tension down there. I'm gonna fuck some shit up.
That's right. Maybe that's what he was eavesdropping on.
Yeah, he's the disruptive, like, stepchild. Like trying to make sure like her old parents get back together. It's that
Sure,
kind
and
Except it's the opposite.
right there,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was like, right there, she was like, "You're gonna need a babysitter." So who do they go to? Quill.
Oh, I love the reintroduction.
The reintroduction of Quill with his blurgs, and then here in a few moments with the reintroduction of IG-11, just wonderful. But
It's one of the only people who are trusted by Mando at this
100%.
point in time. I mean, there's
Well-
not many people he trusts.
I think it's just they're still just leaning in and throwing more and more into that storyline of Mando becoming less of a one-man band and less of a, do-it-myself kind of guy. He's learning how to become dependent and do things as a unit.
And being a unit himself.
Right here, they're actually discussing how they think Baby Yoda is definitely not a clone.
Yeah.
He's
This
the
one
OG.
looks evolved too ugly, meaning he looks too authentic to be a clone, which is funny when you look at Snoke. I'd argue he's too ugly, but
I'd say
Nothing this ugly could be done on purpose.
I'd say beyond ugly.
Also, I mean, we have tons of history. I mean, Snoke, the Bad Batch,
oh yes,
all
for
of them,
sure.
like, well documented that
Oh.
cloning doesn't always work.
enter IG-11, and they draw at him because, well, there's never been an IG unit who's not a hunter, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So he walks in and he's like, "Yo, I'm just trying to serve you, bro." I love this
True.
whole montage here where Quill's like, "I nursed him back to health."
This whole montage of
It's like,
I
what's
told
funny
him
though
to
is
pick
that
up
like
the box and send it.
IG-11 really gets IG-11 really gets an arc because of this.
Oh yeah. Which I would have never thought would happen.
Never. It's
No.
one of the
At
better. It's one of the better droid arcs in all of Star Wars. I'd argue.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's a character that, after the episode, you just expect him to never show up again.
Yeah.
I love how IG-11 has like the Chewbacca like straps on the front of his chest.
Yes, kick ass.
Those things are so cool looking.
And I love that Quill is all about his handiwork, because that was really what we saw the Ugnaughts doing in like The Empire Strikes Back, was all the ship's handiwork, working on stuff just mechanically around the ship. This is like what they do, and I think that's kind of awesome.
And he can crawl into little tight spaces because he's so small. And he's
Exactly.
very useful to them.
For sure.
This is very like one of those like robotic companies. Like this is their montage,
Yeah.
like their like test subjects.
Boston Dynamics.
Yeah,
First robot, yeah. You literally have to teach it like it is a baby.
Exactly, and like he's really like that's the vibes off this montage, is that he like really cares about this droid as like his child.
I guess it would be very useful for him.
Oh, 100%.
So,
He's not very good at grabbing those cups yet.
I mean, those hands just aren't meant for that sort of thing,
Yeah, they're meant for squeezing the triggers on blasters.
It's true.
There's just too much raw power behind him.
100%.
This is Iron Man.
Look at how
Mark
proud Quill was.
365.
Oh, I think this is Iron Man before Iron Man.
Well, we'll never know because it's in a galaxy that is
Far
very
far away.
far away.
Oh, but it was a long time ago, so clearly it was
I
before
love
Iron
this
Man.
stare down right here that Mando and IG-11 are having. And then he's like, T. I love it.
It's funny because like Mando obviously would obviously remember him, and IG-11 just like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Why are you so
I don't
mad
know
at me?
who the fuck you are and what the fuck you're looking at. I'm just trying to give you some tea. I'm being a polite host.
Yeah,
I'm a nurse droid now. I'm reformed.
like you want some tea or not, dude?
Man, I was really expecting like Queel and IG-11 to turn on them at some random point. I'm like, wouldn't it be terrible if this
Wouldn't
IG-11
be terrible.
just went just went ham on all of them, like in the most crucial time.
Just
just
took Baby Yoda and ate him alive, like Joseph wants to.
I would be jealous.
I like this part too, where Quill's explaining that droids are not good or bad; they are simply imprints of those who create them.
Which is very true.
And like C-3PO being built by a child Anakin shows why he was so
Annoying.
annoying, anxious, just kind of looking to get somewhere else, you know?
Mm-hmm. But then at the end, C-3PO risked his own life.
And is a Sith Lord. No.
Hey, he does know Sith, so I mean,
He does know Sith.
how can we really be sure?
I like how Quill's like, the Blurks will come with me. I have spoken. I love Quill's attachments to the Blurk.
It's so funny that he has like a finishing quote, like, you know, Mandalorians have "this is the way," and then Creel is just like, I have spoken. Like he's just as noble and mighty to have his own catchphrase like that.
What do you think they did, like, making up that phrase? Do you think it was just like, we got to give him something very powerful and very, like, ending the conversation? And one guy was like, what if he just says that he just talked?
We got Mando and Cara doing their arm wrestling. You can see Baby Yoda worried as fuck.
His eyes are...
that hand out, and he's like, nope.
He's like, the fuck is this bitch doing?
Why does it look like she's about to, like... Oh.
Mando goes, oh shit. Oh, fuck. She goes, that's not okay.
Do you think afterwards she said, all right, do it again?
Yeah, I kind of like that.
No, this is Star Wars.
I love the perplexing look on, like, Baby Yoda's face as he's doing it.
Yeah, it's like he's about to cry, but he's also
like the smolder he's got.
He's
on.
angry.
Yeah.
That's like he's like, you're hurting my guy.
Yeah, my dad. Don't hurt my dad.
Kara's questioning Quill's loyalties here. You know, she's like, yo. So you were in the Empire, so what the fuck we know about you? He's like, I was sold to the Empire. An indentured servitude.
It's true. Not much you can do about that, you know?
No, not at all.
It'd be a really crappy situation.
Yeah, so, you know, Quill was like, I got out the Empire with nothing but my hands, bro. I'm going to show you what's up. I'm going to build this pod. All right?
It's a badass thing to say, for one.
Okay, I take it back. The sexual tension is definitely between Creel and Cara Dune. Definitely.
Oh, 100%. They have that rapport where it's like I'm angry at you, but you know.
But like, goddamn, I just want to.
Cara, pick me up and put me against a wall.
Actually, I think it's between Baby Yoda and Cara Dune.
No, that's just weird.
No, I mean, he choked her out. Like, listen.
Hey, man. Who are we to speculate on his preferences?
Also, he is 50.
This is true.
I don't want to hear none about how he's 50, bro. That kid is a baby.
I
like IG-11 coming up here. He's like, yo, I've prepared a second meal. Would you like to eat? He's like
so
a
nice.
he's like a grandma.
Yeah, he's so nice.
Have you eaten tonight, sweet?
Mando's just like, no, get out. Like,
no, please get the fuck away from me. And Kara's like, yo, you've really got issues here, bro. Like,
like, come on, it's just a droid. Like
Quill told you he reprogrammed him, bro.
He's just never underestimating a droid. Like, what's wrong with that?
The Rise of Skywalker quote right there. Never underestimate a droid. Yes, master. Razor Crest is such a cool ship.
I'd take it.
It just really has this earth, like, down to earth vibe about it while also looking and being so badass. Oh, and also, do you notice Grief Karga still has the bullet hole in his uniform? Or his
I did
clothes?
not notice that.
Did you see it made a yin yang symbol? What?
What?
Yeah, it made a yin yang symbol. He had not that bullet hole. Sorry, it's like a little clip across his chest. It's a yin yang symbol because George Lucas was very much about the yin yang.
It's just great that they all come just strolling out on these
They all
fucking
just
things.
stroll out on the blurgs, man. I love it.
I would be intimidated. Like,
and Grief Karga's like, you brought security.
Look at that pod, dude. Oh my gosh.
So pimp. Quill
It's
built
cold.
that with nothing. Built that with his hands.
It's like
Built that with
literally
nothing but
like
his
Pimp
hands
My
and
Ride. It's literally
scraps.
Pimp My Ride for Baby Yoda.
dang. And he made it float.
He really did. I like Karga. I like Grief Karga's character a lot.
Oh yeah, his voice is just like,
Honey.
yeah.
And I love how he's like, yo, Kara's got to hang back, okay? She's a rebel shock trooper. Imperials have occupied the city. That's not going to go well. And he's like, okay, she can come, but she's got to cover up that fucking tattoo. I noticed it. I noticed she was a rebel, and I'm nothing. I'm not the Empire.
I'm nothing.
I mean, I'm assuming he's pretty high up in the Bounty Hunters Guild. I don't know what his job is necessarily.
Okay, hey, so I guess we finally figured out how Baby Yoda's pod like moves now.
Yeah, yep, with that remote on his little Apple Watch.
Look at him reaching for his gun immediately as soon as they go up to Baby Yoda.
What a precious little creature. I love Karga.
Wrinkled little head.
I love it. He's like, I can see why you didn't hurt him. He's cute.
Is that the pirate race that was like all in the Clone Wars all the time? The episode,
Yes.
TV series.
Yeah, the Nicktoons, I think is what that guy is called.
They're pretty resourceful, those guys are.
Yeah, indeed. Look at the terrain here. This is a lava planet.
I worry about the blurgs. I don't want their feet to burn.
Oh, those poor little guys. It's
It's not like water. Stepping into water is death if you step in there.
Oh,
done. Whoa, I've never seen that. I've never paid close enough attention to see what that thing, and it was just really prominent in the foreground.
Yeah.
Can we go back to that for just a second?
No, we cannot.
Dang.
We cannot rewind during a live commentary.
That's fair. That's fair. I just was gonna say that I felt like the motion was very claymation-y. It looked very claymation.
I could see that.
And it's kind of weird to think about how many different like practical meshed with, VFX.
They may have used, yeah.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but it just had the motion just had that look about
That
it.
vibe to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, Mando's gauntlet, like his armor, wrist armor, I should say, reminds me of the thing that you could buy for Yu-Gi-Oh.
I was
And,
just
like,
about to say that.
Dude, that little blue arrow at the end it looks exactly like the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I couldn't tell you what it's called.
I remember when this episode aired, it was 2 days before The Rise of Skywalker was going to come out. And that's very important because of what's about to happen here in a couple seconds.
That is very true.
Because this was the first on-screen example of forced healing here in a couple minutes.
Which, what a way to introduce it to everybody, like the whole fan base.
I know, because the fan base is watching The Mandalorian when it comes out. So the people who are going to see The Rise of Skywalker on opening night definitely watched The Mandalorian, probably,
Right.
I know I did.
So now there's precedent for what they were going to see.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that diligence. Like, they knew they were going to have to put this episode out before that movie hit, I think.
Here come the freaking, don't know what to call them.
Pterodactyls.
Yeah, pterodactyls, bro. That's what the.
Well,
that's what we would call them.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
You see him? He shut the pod on his own there. I love that, because Baby Yoda here in the next season we've seen in the preview shuts it on his own. Instead
This
of
is so horrifying. Like this is such a scary moment in Star
Wars. I love
Wars.
how protective Quill is of that of the blurg. He's like, no, let her go.
Man,
Drop her
it's
now.
Those things have to be pretty
Creel has a
strong
rough
to
go of
fly
these
that.
next episodes.
What a fight, man!
Or I guess this episode. Yeah, this is a exciting scene. It reminds me of just like the lighting and stuff. It reminds me of the noir style that or monochromatic style that Solo seemed to be shot in.
Yes, I really see that.
Yeah, it's that low lighting, just kind of creating a mood
of oh fuck.
Yeah, like we're in trouble. And I like how they immediately check on him. They're like, yes, we got to make sure he's okay. He's cool. This is how it happens. I love Greef Karga, man. He's just so dramatic about everything.
I mean, that would suck to happen.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong, but like in this moment to say something like, so this is how it happens. Instead of like, fucking A. Like,
it's so Shakespearean and it's like.
I think when you're dying, that like you don't really care.
Oh, no, not at all. Baby Yoda making his way over. He's like, I can do something about this. I don't know how I know it, but I know I can.
Well, what you don't know is Baby Yoda and Rey are actually a Force dyad. That's why Baby Yoda knows how to do it.
Baby Yoda now has
from the future.
Baby Yoda might have space aids now because he's touching
trying
the blood.
to eat me.
I know the way he like puts his hand right in it. I feel like that would almost hurt. Like he just kind of went and put his hand right in it.
Well, he's gonna close that wound in a second anyway. He's gonna be fine in a sec. Look at that.
He's like, all right, I'm going to sleep now.
Yeah, I sleepy. Good night. And don't.
And the little plop down.
Just adorable.
He does it multiple times, and it'll never get old.
Everyone looking around like, yo, what the fuck just happened? What did we just witness? This tiny little thing just touched him, and his wound shut. This man was facing certain death. And now he's just walking.
I mean, heck, I'd be down if it saved my life.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now he's down to ride, you know? I heard a theory that there's some sort of, like, positive vibes of the Force that follow Baby Yoda around, and anytime he uses the Force near somebody or is, like, in the general vicinity of them, their capacity for good increases.
Really?
So that's why Greef Karga here is, like, after he's been healed by Baby Yoda. I mean, also you can make the argument, like, he just saved his life. I owe him.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, but I did hear that theory. And I appreciate Karga. That showed Karga's got a little badassery in him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The quick draw, turnaround.
The carefulness to paint those corners and like not hit Cara or Mando and kill his two targets is like nuts to me. Like what a gutsy shot.
Yeah, he's a talented guy. Clearly. I'm sorry if I get a little too enthralled with the episode. I love it so much.
Oh, I love the Mando theme coming on right there.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. You can sample that for free.
So much dramatic effect for whatever he said. It just like amplifies it in such a noble way.
Yeah, you're right. I love it. No, that would make him suspicious. Everything's just so...
Let's just bust up a plan out of nowhere.
I love it. I love it so much.
We're going up against major firepower. Let's just not think about this plan at all and just kind of make it.
I'm pretty sure Karga's under the impression that the client is the only one they're going to be facing, and he only runs with a firing squad of max 4.
Oh, that is true.
So he does not know what they're about to walk into when Moff Gideon shows up and all those stormtroopers.
Because whenever they do walk in, I thought, like he says, or like somebody says, like, I thought you said there were only 4. Yeah. Something like that.
And he's not expecting a whole like Imperial armory.
Fucking battalion. Yeah. What's cool about this, but did you guys see this in the making of documentary? Oh, we'll get to it whenever it pops up, but it's interesting. I'll get to it later. Baby Yoda watching the pod shut and watching Mando walk away, potentially for the last time.
That's my home that he's taken with him. It's my little home.
Yeah, I was trying to sleep in there.
Man,
Look at him just chilling.
this wasn't a bad idea here to
They look
pull
like
up acting
such
like they're prisoners.
douchebags, the stormtroopers.
Those
Oh,
helmets in
They're
specific.
smug as fuck.
I don't know, something about those helmets, like the two dudes at the front are wearing, just makes me immediately hate them.
Yeah, they're the scout troopers. They're not even
Ugh.
stormtroopers. I wonder what the highest level of trooper is. I haven't looked at like the rankings. I wonder if it's like if you get promoted from a stormtrooper, you become like a
A
Scout
Sith
trooper.
Lord.
you are Palpatine's next
Pretty sure
apprentice.
it's actually just Darth Vader. Darth Vader's the highest level.
Well, maybe.
The max promotion, you just get his suit.
Ooh.
So they get past here, they make it into the city, and I wasn't too worried about their interaction with a random scout trooper, to be honest.
There are more than 4 troopers.
Car's like, we gotta get this man a gun, bro. We don't stand a chance if this man ain't fighting with us, G. And Karga's really holding it down. He's like, not yet. He's got faith in his plan. He knows what he's doing.
Look at Creel just riding along with Baby Yoda in hand. Just
Poor
so
Creel.
determined.
Little does he know he doesn't make it out.
Oh,
They should have just given him more time.
I don't know.
For real.
I think his character was supposed to die off earlier. Like, kind of like Poe Dameron was supposed to die off earlier, but he was just such a likable character that they just kind of kept him in. I kind of
just.
baby.
I think I like him more than I like Poe.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know, man. Oscar Isaac's cute as fuck.
He do got that hair.
I mean, fair, but has he spoken?
Can't say that he has. I cannot say that he has. I love Werner Herzog, dude.
Can I offer you a light base?
You guys watched Rick and Morty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You remember his voice popping up in that?
Um,
Shrimply Pebbles.
Oh my God, that's him.
The guy who needs a heart replacement, and they're going to use Jerry's dick.
Oh my God, that's
Oh my
him.
God.
That makes me
Yeah.
take him way less seriously.
Right?
That's great.
I love
What
it.
a cast, man. Let's get the
Return it to
heart dick
Jesus.
guy.
Well, he's also a pretty renowned filmmaker. I'm not going to try and sell Werner Herzog
he's the heart dick
short.
guy.
I like this question here. He's like, has it truly improved since the Empire went down? Is it more peaceful? Do we truly have the prosperity that was promised post-Empire?
It is a good question. Very
Well,
almost.
it's the question that happens after any revolution, and like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like, was it worth it? Did we do the right thing?
It's just everyone thinking they're right. Like, the Empire never existed. Like, everything just wouldn't have happened. The movie wouldn't have been as interesting at all. Or any of it.
At all. Slipping off the cuffs. He's ready. It's time to fight.
Oh,
Give me
yeah.
a blaster. You get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity only comes once in a lifetime.
Yo.
I love the holographic technology here. And here's our introduction to Moff Gideon.
Man, after so long. Who's this guy?
Yeah, all of a sudden we're like, oh shit. And he looks bad fucking ass.
He's got a cape.
That cape is pimp.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yo, he got burnt straight through his chest. Straight through his chest. You saw the hole that it created through him.
Baby Yoda can't heal that one.
No, that man gone.
He just turns off the hologram.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'm out.
Have you guys watched The Boys?
I have not yet. I
no.
really want to. Please do not spoil anything for me.
Well, I was just gonna say he's in The Boys, and that doesn't really spoil anything. And he just has
Giancarlo Esposito?
yes, he has a great character
Dude, he's so good in everything he's in.
No,
because
I have
he's
to
a
watch it.
very much similar. Of he's just like a dick, and
Well,
he's
that's
great
the-
at it.
He plays that dude where he's just maniacal and smart.
Yeah,
Just he knows what he's doing in
That's
all rules.
literally the
That's Fring
exact
and Breaking
character.
Bad.
Is it just me, or are those black stormtroopers like the like super tricked out helmets, like the really cool like stealth looking ones? Is it
Mhm.
just me, or are those the first time you've ever actually been like afraid or intimidated by a stormtrooper?
Yeah,
well, I think that's as we were talking about earlier. I think that's like the promotion of Stormtrooper. I think that's their like
you
elite
become
version.
the badass.
Yeah, it's like
No.
you guys get to be painted in
You
black.
get to
instead
miss
of
your
white.
shots just like everyone else, but look the coolest as you do it.
So all of the stormtroopers that have showed up there are from a fan group called the 501st Battalion
It's awesome.
that all do cosplay as stormtroopers at different Star Wars events. And Dave Filoni hit them up and was like, "Yo, come out. We've got something for you. We want to show you something." They did not know what they were getting into, and then they showed up and they were like, "Yo, you're going to be in the first live action Star Wars movie of first live action Star Wars show of all time." Like,
That's insane.
can you
That's
imagine
so-
being a lifelong Star Wars fan who has dedicated a portion of their life to upkeeping this costume and going to events and doing these sorts of things, and then you get the privilege of being in the show?
Also, can we just talk about what type of TIE fighter? I have never seen a TIE fighter land like that.
Well, it's just
so badass.
the technology wasn't good enough to like animate a TIE fighter.
I mean,
land.
fair, but that's still
God,
that's a
this
cool
theater
looking
is
TIE
still
fighter.
so fucking cool.
Also, once
so
again, they
cool.
really should have just waited to start this whole plan by a good 2 minutes, and they'd be good to go.
Unless Moff Gideon knew where they were
Yeah, maybe.
this whole time, somehow.
You get this emergence of Moff Gideon. First time we've ever seen this guy in the flesh.
Breaking Bad.
I got the pop figure of this guy. Super pimp.
Pollo chickens. That's all I can think of whenever I see him.
Pollos Hermanos or whatever.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Boy, oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
I love his smugness and like how
You have an
oh, yeah.
idea of what you are in possession of, but you do not.
I know more than you. I'm smarter than you.
My
And
dad
I-
could be
and I
your
know it.
dad. In a fight.
My dad is a lawyer.
And this is exactly the guy he plays in everything. He's like, in a
Yeah.
few moments, exactly what you think is safe right now will be mine.
Yeah.
I will have it. And he's trying to get a hold of Quill, and in a moment, he's so close. He's so close, yet so far away. Oh, that's so cool! What a fucking villain, dude. It
Dude, they
means
pick him
more
up like
to
a
me.
football.
So
Like a
It
football.
means more to me than you will ever know.
Mm.
R.I.P. in peace, Quill.
that just absolutely crushes you.
He is farting so much gas out right now.
Dude,
Oh, never mind.
dude,
Sorry.
that's Quill.
Rest in
That's
peace.
Quill.
Sorry.
And we get credits. Man, what a great fucking episode, guys.
fantastic.
So, where does this rank for you so far in the episodes we've seen? The first 7.
Oh, I think
3. I think it's 3 for me. Third
Yeah,
out of the season.
3.
I would agree it's definitely middle of the pack for me just because it's so interesting, but like you don't get anything that exciting, and all of the things that you want are in the next episode. So like it takes,
Yeah, these last 2
this
are
is
really
just
a
the setup,
two-parter.
like, this is the setup. This is the Wade Davis before Holland comes in, like 2015 Royals type stuff. Like this
Yeah,
is
you're
your
absolutely right.
this is
That
your
is
setup.
crazy that a setup episode is my third
Yeah.
favorite, which is
Well, I
insane.
think it's because it's a testament to like what we get in this episode in terms of introductions. Like you get
Oh, we get the team back together here, and like as far as we've seen in those trailers for season 2, we've seen so far, like this is going to be the team that's together for the foreseeable future. Like they are going to be rolling together for a while, and we get the introduction to Moff Gideon, so that's all really, really fucking exciting.
Also, it just like it takes everything. It's like, all right, you thought you knew what was going on and what would happen. No, you didn't. Kind of like Moff Gideon said, it's like you thought you know what's happening, but you don't.
You thought you had it. You thought you were facing the client. You didn't know there was some larger power at play, you know? I mean, like, they had a suspicion. They thought, like, Kara even said it in a ride earlier. She was like, there's something bigger going on here. Like, it's not just this, you know? And they've stumbled onto Moff Gideon, and who knows what he's up to.
You thought you had a plan, but no, I knew your plan all along.
God, just, I love a good out-thinking you villain, you know?
Well, and you said it during his introduction where you said like he plays this character in every single like thing he's done, where he's just like, I'm out thinking every move that you've ever thought of, and I'm just better than you.
He's playing chess.
And that's exactly who he is in The Boys, and watching The Boys, I love his character because of this character.
Dude, I'm just so excited to watch that finale with you guys next week. And you guys got anything else to say on this episode?
This is really just the last tidbit, but I really love the artwork that they put in at the credits. Like,
dude, I cannot wait for that art of the Mandalorian book that'll come out later this year, because it's all the concept art and stories behind it.
The attention to detail and like all the different textures and the way it makes it have this feeling of like, I don't know, layers is just ridiculous.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And have you seen the concept art for the original Star Wars from Ralph McQuarrie?
No.
It's you can tell that the concept art for this is like heavily influenced by that. And obviously, if you're making a Star Wars anything, the best place to look for inspiration is that first Star Wars movie. So I like the homages there, you know, the clear influence.
I see the concept art, and it is awesome.
Beautiful, just absolutely awesome. Especially the stuff of R2D2 and C3PO for me. I love the way that Ralph McQuarrie drew those characters. Well, guys, this was wonderful. Next week we will be doing a live commentary of Chapter 8, the finale of Season 1, and then we will be into Season 2 on October 30th. I am so excited. With me, I had Joseph George. Thanks for joining me, bud.
Bling, bling, boy.
Bling, bling, boy. Miles Buttress, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, buddy. And Kyler Barnett, thank you.
Yes, sir. We'll be back at it.
Yes, we will. I'll see you guys next week. Peace, love, and bloom. And always praise Keanu Reeves.